Hello and welcome. This is Diana, and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be for the sign of Taurus, and this is for the new moon in Scorpio. I am pulling up either what's been happening or insight to what you need to know. So take what resonates, leave the rest. And we are going to start with pile one, and then I'll have pile two and three. Um, and yeah, so see what comes out. Maybe you need to go on a trip, or maybe you are by the mountains. Um, is there a coat of arms? I'm just kind of getting somebody spoke against a coat of arms. It's like that's kind of why there is an empty chair, or why someone is leaving. Keep going, they said. Okay, so give me just a second. Um, so I don't know why they're laying it out the way they are, but there's something in regards to Taurus, you receiving a precious gift. Something about like that, having a desire to want to take a leap of faith, possibly with like leaving, something that you're tired of being in lack with, whether it's money, love, or goals, right? Like maybe you feel like caveman ages. It's kind of like that. It's like a defeatist attitude. It is kind of the energy that I'm picking up. To where maybe you're constantly in a state of being an overcomer, right? Like reinventing yourself, always going in a new direction. Um, yeah, always. It's kind of like you ride the wave of upheaval, you ride the wave of uneasiness. It's you allowing yourself to kind of just be even killed in whatever situation you're experiencing or how it happens to be unfolding around you, right? Um, if you are taking a risk, definitely be careful, right? If somebody's giving you a gift, but it has like a double entendre or like a secondary meaning, what is it that they're trying to get from you, right? Where is there a dynamics in shift in power? It's coming through an awareness of, is somebody giving it to you out of the kindness of their heart, or are they doing it with an ulterior motive of eluded power? Eluded power? I don't know what that is. But if it's causing you stress, identify and say, like, why is this no longer aligning with the who I am, right? Because if it's not your highest vibrational frequency, or it's causing you in a matter of lack, what you suspect someone is thinking about you is a reflective of your own thoughts or your own feelings. And like, how do you get into a state of being where you are reinventing self, aligning with self? And maybe that's what the mountain is, right? Like you sharing your testimonial through like your voice, through your frequency. Maybe you're doing breath work, maybe you're doing alignment stuff. But however that unfolds for you, that's kind of like where I would kind of shift your focus, right? Like what is bringing you alignment, what is stressing you out, and where are you causing that separation? So that's going to be, we're going to say at 4:30. Okay. All right, pile two. So again, kind of take an idea to say what's been coming up in your reality, what do you need to release, how do you need to realign with whatever is for your highest and best good in this new moon energy, right? If you have a heavy solar plex, go ahead and identify and see what it is that you need to release. Ground your energy. The good little ant is looking for their seahorse, right? Like through your work, through your achievement, like you're looking for a family. You're looking for the alignment of family. Maybe you are getting a new business or a new birth, right? Maybe there is some good fortune that is coming your way. Be aware of those that try to manipulate, right? Um, Honestly honor the inner high priestess within you, the one that knows that there is a reason, Taurus, why people come and go in your life, why there is an elevation and an evolution within yourself, right? Honor the good fortune of what's coming or what has came, right? Through your family, through your business, through your achievements, through your success, through your alignment, those down days where you were in a state of depression or alignment or worry or angst, the how things fell against you, right? The how you had to let things die, how you had to rebirth back into a state of gratitude, the how you step into your own propheticness, right? And like through that alignment, through that ease, through that shift, like that is really going to be what is kind of guiding you in this new next phase. And so like they're just saying, and you got three, right? Um, that there is like this transformation phase that you're stepping out of, and like yeah, it's kind of like that, like what is that negative shift, that negative polarity that is keeping you from your own alignment with divine, right? Like if you're generous by nature, like be generous, but like don't do it at your own accord or own expense, right? Like through your identification or release of what abundance means to you, right? Like you have a decision. Like in whatever partnerships you decide to move forward in, like you essentially are writing your own narrative, right? Like, do you want to be one of criticism or do you want to be one of like community, right? Like you bring the light from like where it is that you're vibrating at. And so as you're proceeding forward, like when you dip in like the way that you're vibrating, you need to ask yourself, like, does this belong to me or is this something outside of me? Is this collective energy? And if it is, like, disconnect from it, realign to yourself, right? And then go back into like what it is you need to as you're shifting. And always whenever you're dipping, instead of thinking, oh, it's depression, oh, I'm anxious, oh, I'm just da 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 da, because those are all labels that people threw on you or that you took to try to like identify your emotions and honor that, but like disconnect from all of that, right? Because in the end, you are a human, you're a soul having a human experience. And so when you align with the creator, like how do you get rid of all that exterior shit? And so open up your solar plex and like allow yourself to like shift away the vibration of like the depression and the anxiety and the worry and the what if, and then allow yourself to pull in a higher timeline where you are then creating the partnership of your dreams, the community of your dreams. You're letting go of your criticisms or the old conditioning patterns that were forced upon you, right? I'm going to leave that there, and we are going to start pile three, and that is 9 minutes exactly. All right, pile three. Um, let's see what it is that you are having in your field, what you are like relaying in your energy, what it is that you need to release as you proceed forward, right? And things could be very slippery for you at the moment, right? You could live surrounded by hills. It's this funnel, a period of frustration and lessons learned, right? There is a state of reflection, like going through in this blank phase. And Taurus, you could be having Aries in your filled, or you could just be feeling a tad bit on the stubborn side, right? Like maybe in the in between of not necessarily really knowing, like you're having a hard time playing in the in between, right? Like there is a loyalty piece that you are, it kind of goes like it's, I mean, there's wild wild west, right? um it's old school values is what they're kind of giving me, Taurus. It's kind of like that ride or die, like you got a friend in me, is that Toy Story? It's the understanding that you have somebody through your rises and your falls, through that progression of like life's ups and downs, right? Do you have, I guess they're saying, like, do you have people in your corner that are cheering you through all those evolutions and showing up for you when you don't have resolution, right? When you don't have the ability to move on, where you just need somebody to help fill your cup. And it's kind of like that, understand, I'm getting it, it's the energy of shifting the way you have been receiving, the way you've been showing up for receiving, or the way that you've been showing up loyal for other people. um and maybe there's a frustration, right? Because you have to remember, most people are not mind readers. And so if you're not openly vocalizing like what it is you're attempting to communicate, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, I have had clients that were legit open telepathic communicators, and it made their world a lot easier to maneuver within, but most of the population does not have it, right? And so wherever you've been housing this vibration of it's a disappointment, it's mm, things not aligning the way that you've wanted them to align. And so, like, if there is an anger, if there is something that is causing you to be an overachiever or in a state of control, then you need to really kind of get into a state of reflection and allow the divine to like kind of guide you out of whatever that altar is for you. They're just saying like there's something through the process. It says an open mind and the willingness to entertain new ideas repel stagnancy and lack of growth, right? So you can't literally have a light without dark, but you also can't, they're just saying it's like it's propelled motion, it's that pulling back the slingshot, it has to propel forward. And healing your projections will help you avoid co-collaborating disorientating situations, right? So like the energy that you keep, the energy that you focus on, that's what you're pulling more to you. And the question is like, what do you want more of in that next phase, in your shift as you're proceeding forward? And so, yeah, I mean, I hope that makes sense. And like overall on the board, like as you're moving on in whatever phase you're proceeding forward in, um move in your highest and best good. I know it's easier said than done, right? Because we don't even realize that we've slipped back into a codependency state or in a co-reliant state, right? And you could be having bouts of lack, not enough money, not enough forward propelling movement. And if you have, and it's been living in your solar plex, or if your money story has been a lower paradigm, or that one of where it's decisions or delusions is what they're showing me in the words, or like you've had to walk away in numerous states and like let go of whatever financial gain you had, right? And you find yourself in this repeat loop of like having money and then losing money, and then people taking it from you, right? Or it being in a state of risk. That's really where you need to shift like the what has been unfolding, and like how do you go about healing the shift. And maybe there's something having to do with like AI and travel, right? And something with the way food is being processed overseas versus the what it is that we're getting. I don't know, but there's a frequency shift where somebody's going to understand the vibrational alignment of crystals, copper. Um, it's almost like there's going to be a wave where everybody's going to get rid of plastics and they're all going to go to copper. And I don't know where copper comes from, but that would probably be a good investment for anybody out there. There will be a full planetary cleanse, like through the energies, through the frequencies, through the old gateways. It's kind of like the divine is going to step in. And so your energy is very important, right? Like as you're clearing and cleansing your own physical form, you're realigning, reattuning with like it's that whole like what are healthy foods, like how does it feed and nourish your body, right? Because there's times where you need to realign with the body and you need to get back to a baseline, and then as you get into a baseline, then you can kind of reinvigorate like the how you want to eat as you proceed forward. I don't know, that's just kind of what they're showing me. So I'm going to leave that there. If something resonated with you, Taurus, if something in this resonated with you, Taurus, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you would like a healing or a reading, everything is below. And until next time, be well. Ciao.